It's cool to introduce all that stuff into hunting. Like if you're that passionate,
Mm-hmm.
I did the sauna.
I need an edge.
I got the ice bath at home. I did the Hypoxic Wellness, which is, I think I was telling Joe about this, where I decked the home gym out. So it's basically a gym at altitude now. And that's what I was using before I got to Utah. And it actually made me be able to go from the bottom of the mountain to the top without stopping to take a breath, which is incredible. So
it's altitude training.
It's altitude training.
Is it a tent or?
No, it's the whole room.
Oh.
But a company called Leonyx now, they make, say it could be the size of this, and it would have red light therapy in here. It would have a sauna in here. It would have the hypoxic conditioning in here, so basically pumping nitrogen into the room to drop the oxygen levels. And so you could have gym equipment in here. You could sit in here and read a book. But the way that I've got it set out, I'm doing a workout in it now, and I've got a target in the corner. I literally shoot my bow in there at like 14,500 feet. And then to step out of that, and like I live at sea level back in Australia, to step out of that at sea level, like you feel
I bet.
absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I bet.
And then what was Utah? 8,000
sometimes
feet?
Yeah.
7 something.
7,000 or 8,000 feet. And
Probably
I'd be
9 at the highest.
Okay. And I'd be training at 14,500. So I felt amazing when I went there.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Technology.
Technology.
That is useful because, I mean, that's what athletes do. They go to high altitude training in the mountains, and then they come down to lower elevation where there's more oxygen, and there's more oxygen available to push themselves harder. So their body's used to that. It created more red blood cells, essentially. I think it's like a natural, I think that's what EPO, they say, does. Sure. So it's a natural way to do that. And
I think that's why they probably put the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. They wanted these people to train it. It totally makes sense. Yeah, it totally makes sense. Train at altitude.
I found mentally I felt a lot better too. And then, so I've done a bit of reading up on it, and it's like the plasticity of the brain improves under those conditions as well. And then
makes sense. Adapt or die.
Yeah, I just feel so happy afterwards. I was sleeping in there in the end because I was trying to fit in as much, which can be detrimental as well. Like you don't want to overdo it. But I was sleeping in there in the end. And I'd wake up in the morning and I was just like on a high for like 4 or 5 hours.
That bike that you sent me is fucking awesome, by the way.
Oh, the stepper bike's
Because I
incredible.
love the Airdyne bikes. I love those things. It's like my favorite conditioning thing. And I love the Echo bike from Rogue. But I think that one's even superior to the Echo
Bionic bike. How consistent the drag is on it as you turn
But even more
it up.
importantly, it's harder.
Yeah.
It's harder to pull back. Like the Echo bike is easier to pull back. That one has more resistance.
Yeah.
And when I first started using that one, I was like, whoa, this one's tough. Like whatever you're getting out of the Echo bike or the Airdyne bike, that's that times 2.
Really? Yeah.
What is it called again?
Stepper.
It's STPR, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That thing fucking rules.
Yeah.
That thing rules.
I'll get them the deck out because all their equipment's like that.
Well, that
Incredible.
bike is the shit and it's also got different grips, different hand grips, and different seat.
Yeah, I'm changing that up. I'm up the top. I'm down
here.
I'm
you
up
can
the top,
you
I'm
can mix
down
it up.
here.
You can mix up where the resistance is coming from.
And I actually lift the seat right up, so it's nearly like I'm in the standing position,
oh,
like this,
nice,
with the seat up and the legs are right down, and it burns me.
Yeah,
absolutely burns me. I love it.
Yeah, it's a great low impact cardio too. I mean, it really conditions the shit out of your legs and your lungs, and it's you're not taking any pounding while you're doing it. That thing's hard.
I'm stoked you like it.
That's cool. I love it. Yeah, because when it was in there, I didn't know when it had gotten delivered, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? And then when it was in the gym, I started trying. The moment I got on, I was like, oh.
And it's easy to crank up too. Like it's right there. There's no reaching down. The handle's right there. Just.
Woo. It's good. There's so many different things you could use now, but what were you saying about earlier? It's like you have the opportunity now to be better than you've ever been before.
Yeah.
Because of all this, hormone optimization, the ways to well stuff, peptides, nutrition, understanding exercise science, and then equipment. Is you could condition your body and you could be in amazing shape at 58, which is crazy.
The knowledge of knowing that's actually out there is I'm grateful for.
Oh, yeah.
Just the knowledge and knowing that we can be better every day. We can be healthier physically and mentally. It's great. I learned a lot this season, but just like more about life than just in a bow hunting scenario. But I think the biggest thing that I took away from it is health, as in mental and physical, and that you can always like step it up and you can always be better. And I think, like, I just, like family life, whatever excuses I can come up with, business, and not having the time to put in the extra, but finding the extra time because of how valuable it is and what the payoff in that is. Being physically healthy makes it a lot easier to be mentally healthy.
Yeah, because you went for a while where you really didn't work out much.
I didn't. I bow hunted a lot, and I was on the tools a lot, like being in, the building game. But it's not, that's different. It's a different sort of health, whereas in actually targeting, losing weight, eating clean, because it's not just about the gym. It's like everything that else that goes with it. So I learned to eat a lot more cleaner. I started doing the Hypoxic Wellness studio, and I think a combination of those things and seeing the payoff in 2 weeks, I'm not talking months. It was like in 2 weeks, I could see a massive difference when you lined everything up, eating healthy. That made the mountains a lot more easier and a lot more enjoyable. I'm not saying I did more of the mountains. I think I only covered the same sort of miles, but it was just a lot more enjoyable. And that example that I kept saying to you, like going from the bottom of the mountain to the top, without having 4 or 5 breaks in between when you're like, and hurting, it was just a lot more enjoyable. I'd stop, and it's just like I wasn't even taking deep breaths. I was already scanning the mountains for a bull, and I think it just become a lot more enjoyable. And then getting the headspace from that too, whether it's from me feeling better, whether it's from better plasticity of the mind. Overall, I just felt a lot better, a lot more connected, a lot more grateful as well, as in because you feel good.
Yeah.
So it's easier to think of things more and be more grateful.
I like that. That's, well, what I took from that is you said climbing the mountain is more enjoyable. To me, that means you're going to make better decisions.
Yes.
You're going to be, when you're hunting, because when we're fatigued, there's this famous saying, fatigue makes cowards of us all, but it also, we make poor decisions when we're fatigued. So you being at a higher level just physically allows you to hunt better, is what I always think.
Yeah.
Because we're not taking shortcuts, we're making better decisions. We're reading the animal better. We're, instead of like looking for because we're gassed, so we don't want to kick things, so we're looking at the ground more. Instead, our head's up and we're reading the situation better. So it's just, it results in just better hunting. And you enjoy it more.
Yeah, definitely.
But I love that.